Sir David Steele was met by GBC's CEO Gerard Deuma, who escorted the governor around the building. He took the time to talk to staff about the new facilities in the radio and television suites, the production and engineering departments, and he also paid a visit to the GBC newsroom.
It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And one thing that has come through to me loud and clear, well, two things actually. Firstly, Gibraltar does this very well, taking old buildings, old structures, and turning them to a completely modern role. And I think if anybody was in the architectural world and awarding awards for improvement of old facilities into new, then the GBC building must be right up there as a candidate, because to have this old bastion turn into a radio and TV studio is extraordinary. And I applaud the architects, because actually they've let the light in as well. Everywhere I've gone, I've seen big windows allowing the light to come in, and therefore allowing the people who work here the joy of living in a building but seeing the outside world. And I think for mental health reasons and for enjoyment of being at work, that is absolutely fantastic. So an incredible building.
How important is the role of a national broadcaster, particularly when we've seen social media and online content explode over recent years?
I'm going to answer that in two ways, if I may. Whenever I am portraying the uniqueness of Gibraltar, I talk about Gibraltar as a community the size of a town like Accrington in Lancashire, which has 34,000 people. But Accrington doesn't have an airport. Accrington doesn't have its own power station. Accrington doesn't get its own water made for it. It doesn't have its own hospital of the size that we have. And what I've tended to forget is that Gibraltar also has its own broadcasting corporation. And so all those facilities together show me the uniqueness of this particular area of land and how it looks after its people. And that falls into the second part of my answer, which is, I think for a community of 34,000, which inflates by another 15,000 every day, to have local engagement, local news stories, local cookery programs, seeing friends on the television who live just down the road performing cookery or something else, or interviews, vitally important. I don't think people watch GBC 24 hours a day, but they will link in to the main local news programmes, and I think that is absolutely vital for a community the size of ours.
So often in front of GBC's cameras, the governor's visit was a chance to take a look behind the scenes at what will be Gibraltar's national broadcasting centre for many years to come.